Hi, for Number Corner today, we're going to be working on our computational fluency. And to do that, we're going to be playing and learning a game called Expression Bingo. And then we're going to use what we learned playing Expression Bingo to help us in the other computational fluency activities, other games of Expression Bingo. So what I'm asking you to do is to simplify the following expression. And when I use that word simplify, it's another way of saying solve. So instead of having that expression, what value could I have listed instead? Simplify it. What does it mean? So here is the equation that I'm asking you, or the expression that I'm asking you to work with. And it is 2 plus 3 times 9 minus 1. Now, I can show this a couple different ways. And when I solve it, I can't change the order that the numbers are in or where the operations are, where the addition, multiplication, or subtraction go. But what if I used parentheses? What if I changed where I put those parentheses? What different answers might I get? So I'm going to ask you to come up with what are some of those answers. When you have at least 2, then you can write them down and continue on. All right, so hopefully you were able to come up with some of your solutions, and some answers that I've gotten from friends in the past look like this. The first friend put parentheses around the 2 plus 3, and then they got 5, and then that 5 times 9 minus 1, and then 45 minus 1, so their final answer they got was 44. Another friend put the parentheses around the 3 and 9. So when they did that, it turned to 2 plus 27, right? That's 3 times 9, and then minus 1, 29 minus 1, which is 28. Yet another friend decided to put parentheses over around the 2 plus 3 and 9 minus 1. So then that's what they did first. 5 times 8 equals 40, and that's what they have written underneath there. And yet another friend put some nested parentheses in. They really wanted to subtract 9 minus 1 first, so they put parentheses around that. And then they were multiplying that answer by 3, right? So then they got the equation, or the expression, 2 plus 3 times 8. And technically, I no longer really need those parentheses because I would multiply before I would add anyway. But putting them in there helps it be as clear as possible. So then we got 2 plus 24 and got 26 for an answer. So now, when I think about that and those solutions, I'm going to use what we just did for expression bingo. You're going to take turns choosing an equation or an expression, and then you're going to solve it. After you come up with the solution you want to use, you're going to find the marker on the board that you are going to cover. So in the problem that we just did, if I was the student and using this board for my answers, I see that 26 is right here. It's kind of in the middle, and I can go lots of different ways to get that 4 in a row for bingo, right? And then I wrote down the equation with the parentheses to show how I got 26. You'll notice that on the teacher board, the numbers are in different spots. So even though we're using the same equation, we might want to use different solutions. So for the teacher on this one, decided to put parentheses around the 2 plus 3 and 9 minus 1 to get that answer of 40, because they felt 40 was in a better spot than some of the other choices. Like 26 was right up here on top. It's a little bit more limited than 40. And I noticed that 44 isn't a choice on either of the boards. So I might also have to look and see which ones are possible, because they might not all be on the board as answers. So then whoever picked the equation the first time, hey, then it would be the other person's turn to pick the equation. Both of you would solve it, find what would be some solutions, and then what marker would you want to cover, okay? So your job is going to be to play just one round on your own. You're not going to play against a partner today. You're just going to practice writing those equations and marking those spots on your bingo board. Okay, so you'll be using this, and you can be the student up top here, include your expressions and where you put your markers before you turn it in. All right, go ahead and get started.